Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 170 update for the Darth Loquitur account. I update this account's progress every week, go through all the characters, ships, mods, Datacrons, any upgrades we're doing to the account, talk a little bit about what I'm doing in the game so that y'all can follow along. Please remember, as we get started, hit that like button. It does help me, helps the channel. I could appreciate if you could do that for me. All right, week 170, huge week for the account. This is where we're going to get Leia. So we come in, and as of, I usually do my updates on Saturday, and we're a few shards short on Leia. So we're going to go ahead and work through the mods and everything on the Saturday, and then we're going to get Leia. So here we go, going through, working on mods, getting a whole lot of disappointment. Working through the blue and green tiers. Here we get a 10-speed mod. We hit it twice. We missed both times. You take this mod up. Miss on that one too. And yeah, so it's not very good here. We're going to do some 6-dot slicing. We go ahead and hit here. 28-speed mod. That's good. Going from 23 to 28. Certainly like that. Here we try to hit the 5th speed roll. We go from 20 to 23. Not ideal, but yeah, it's a finished mod now, so we'll take it. We're going to sell off all the mods that only rolled 1 speed. We've got a couple there that we're keeping for a rainy day. But I've got 324 mods in the account at this point, so I really need to go find more mods to sell. So what I do is I sort out by all the mods that have 2 speed upgrades. We take all the 6, 7, 8, and 9 speed mods here, and we're going to sort those out. And we have 139 mods in that category, so we're going to sell those and go to 185 mods in the account. So that's going to give us room to farm more mods without running out of space every week. So we'll get rid of those. It does unfortunately take away materials that we might use for lower level characters, just putting mods on them, but that's okay. So this is the start of the new Datacron set here. So we got one Datacron that we worked on a little bit, and had to get the money down because once we, the prior set expires and it cashes it out, I have to be careful not to go over my cap on the currency. Here's the comeuppance. We got it to 5 stars. We almost got it to 6 stars, 69 out of 85 shards going toward 6 stars. So pretty good. We got the comeuppance over half built from the event. I go in here for bronzium wiring. We got 166 of them that we can make here. And go to the event and do Leia, the final encounter. And then here we go. So as of Sunday, we get Leia, so we can unlock her. And I'm going to be able to take her up to Relic 8, and I'm going to run out of signal data. But I noticed that I hadn't gone into Conquest yet and made any of my Conquest purchases. So like right after I got done doing the video updates and some prep work and getting other things in the account done, I came back like a few minutes later and just went into Conquest and bought the signal data and finished her out to Relic 9. So unfortunately I didn't get that recorded in the right way, so it doesn't get added into here, but I did get to take her pretty much straight to Relic 9. You see I'm a little bit short on the blue signal data there, so I was able to farm that up and finish it out. Now because we have both SLKR and Rey who are in still in their journeys, I had all those alt tokens already in the account. So we had 13 alt tokens from those other characters doing their journeys. So I'm able to put the ultimate onto Leia instantly. We put on a mod set, speed and defense. I go through here and I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with the set, and a couple different iterations of it. And then we finally settle on this mod set. So at Relic 8, 553 speed, about 130,000 health, I didn't go all health mods. One of the mods is a defense mod. So that means that we don't have quite as much health as other similar Leias might have. But there's a reason for that. And a defense mod isn't that great. It's not that I would say that I'm recommending to put a main stat defense mod onto Leia. But that's all that I had that kind of fit with the theme of what I was trying to do that worked out. So her triangle is actually a defense main stat triangle. It would be better if it was a health main stat triangle, but you know, sometimes you got to use what you got and wish for something better in the future for what you need. But so there we go. Well, Leia to Relic 9. So week 170, we jump up to 8.66 million galactic power with 144 relics. 6 more Zetas, so 130 in the account now with all the Zetas that we put onto Leia. Executor's still getting us the top 5. We'll say that Leia's getting us top 50 in Squad Arena. We'll see if we can work up our position in Squad Arena higher. Grand Arena, we're still Kyber 2. And the project will be to do Darth Treya to Relic for next week. And basically what I've said is that when I need to Relic a character but don't really have the materials, I'm going to do a Relic 0 or a Relic 1 character. So that's the cycle that I'm in right now, having spent all the materials that I could on Drogan and then getting Leia up and running. I'm depleted on a lot of materials, so we're going to step back for a second and just get a character to Relic 1 or something. And hopefully from there we'll be able to start relicking some Inquisitors. Next week's farming plan, we're farming Zori, B-28, Seer, Tarful, Saw. We'll get those characters and ships and keep working toward that Jedi Knight Cal Kestis journey. In fleet, we got Omega and the Marauder that we're farming. And then we're going to add in IG-12. That became available to farm now, so we'll add that into the farming routine as well. In Cantina, we're doing signal data. We're looking for an opportunity to do Hondo, but so far, just been nothing but signal data, getting prepped for this Leia finished out. Mod Energy, 4 days a week on slicing, 3 days a week on mod still. And the refresh strategy, I'm going to go back to 3-op everything for the week. Mostly because of this carbonite issue. So I'm starting to run low on carbonite circuit boards. I went in, I used up as many of the materials as I was comfortable using up, and we still didn't have a whole lot of carbonite in the bank. That means that the next time that shows up in the shop, we're going to have to make at least 4 purchases, 500 crystals per purchase. So I'm going to hold off on doing the extra refreshes. Let the crystals build up in the account, buy those carbonite circuit boards, make sure that that's not a problem, and then we'll evaluate from there and see where to go next. Then just to say, you know, it's time for a little housekeeping. So I started this account over 3 years ago, and I've pretty much been doing journeys nonstop. Each time I do a Galactic Legend or major ship journey, I'm doing 2 or 3, sometimes maybe 4 relics in between, where I'm adding certain things like I relicked Enfys Nest and Savage Press and Wampa and stuff like that for different Grand Arena teams and while I was doing journeys. But I think this time, right now, I need to kind of sit back. We still have the Lord Vader journey to do, but I'm not really in a big hurry to do that. I think that maybe they'll put out a Lightspeed bundle for Bad Batch, and then I can just get that and kind of skip building the Bad Batch characters. That would be nice. I don't really need my 8th Galactic Legend that badly right now, and I think it's more important to build Inquisitors and get on the Inquisitor train, be able to contribute to the guild, getting Third Sister shards, as well as, you know, having a team for the Third Sister when I get her. So there's also things that I need to do for Grand Arena. There's the teams that I've built for Rey and for Leia. I need to get the right characters to the right relic levels. So I just need to take probably months, probably 2 or 3 months, just for housekeeping. So we won't engage in another big journey for a while. We're going to kind of lean back and work on a few characters at a time. We're going to pick the ones that we want. We've got a bunch of journey characters from Conquest. We've got, Trench that we never built. We've got Malicos that we haven't been able to commit to. So I think going back and getting a few of those Conquest characters finished out would be good for the account too. So yeah, we'll just work in bits and pieces on the teams that I feel are important. And then, there is a question of what I'm going to do after that. So for this period of time, what I'm going to do, whatever Kairos I get for developing the account are going to go to Inquisitors. Any week that I can't relic an Inquisitor, I'll take one of my Sith to relic 1. We've got Treya, Nihilus, Malgus. We could potentially work on Darth Revan too. He takes Kairos to get to 12, but I might prioritize him somewhere during this Inquisitor journey so that I can get the Malak unlock going. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on some low relics, and then while I work on the low relics, that's gonna allow me to use my signal data to take other characters to higher relics. So for example, I'll put a small relic on one of my characters, and then increase the relic levels on some of my other characters. I want to get Rey to relic 8. Ben Solo's still relic 1. He needs to be at least relic 3 to make Datacrons work. So we've got work to do on that Rey team. Probably good to put a higher relic on Drogan. Maybe get him even up to relic 9 if I can, and make him a little harder to deal with. I understand from some conversations that I've had that Drogan's a big part of the Leia team, and keeping him alive is a pretty important part of making that team hard to deal with. So I'll take a look at that. Dark Troopers still relic 7 in the account. I've always wanted to have a relic 8 Dark Troopers, so there's definitely characters that I want to finish out to the proper relic level. But that'll put me on Inquisitors being reliced, trying to take those Sith to gear 12, the Afra team, stuff like that, get that all to gear 12. And then for tier 3 farming, we're going to do the Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, and as we get those characters developed, anything that finishes out, we'll keep working on the new characters. Whatever's the newest thing, we're going to try to get it under farm pretty much as soon as it shows up available for farming. So whenever the Mega Bow characters start becoming available, like the IG-12, we'll start farming them. Relic variants stay the same. We are going to prioritize the Triumvirate, getting to Relic 0, Relic 1. And then we've got, like I said, the Dark Trooper. Scout Trooper we could take to Relic 8 to improve our raid score. Malicos we might take to R8 just because he's a pretty awesome character in Grand Arena. So depending on how this goes and how many characters I decide that I want to relic, another option that I have that I've been considering is to actually start to stockpile some Gear 13 materials. It doesn't mean that I'll stop relicking characters, but it means that maybe I'll relic a character every 2 weeks and slow down the pace and just start building up a ton of materials that I need, like med packs and the computer scanners, stuff like that I use for Gear 13, so that if they do announce that there's another fleet coming sometime in the near future, whatever next Galactic Legend level fleet they bring out, I need to go for right away, I feel like. So it might be nice to have materials in the bank, so as soon as they announce whatever that is, that I can work my way toward that as quickly as possible and pretty much have it unlocked as soon as it's available in the game. Don't know if I will spend all the crystals to unlock it and take it to high stars, but maybe push from 4 to 5 stars pretty quickly for that 3rd reinforcement slot and see what I can do with it that way. And then I was looking at some things and I had this strange thought, like what if they build a final fleet? So we've been speculating like maybe it would be a clone fleet that they would come out with. I think it's going to be a light side fleet that's equivalent in power level to the Leviathan. That would be my thought. It would have to be something like that. Clones are one of the few tags that don't have their own specific capital ship that maybe something could be developed for. But then when they came out with this Zori Bliss ship, I thought to myself, what if they do the final fleet from the sequels, where just a whole bunch of ships show up out of nowhere and start fighting the Empire fleet? I think that might be an interesting thing to do. And I don't know, I just started thinking about it and I thought, what would be cool if you only had 5 ships? They all 5 started in play. there's no reinforcements, and there's not really a capital ship. So it can't be sent away, it can't be destroyed by a Death Star, it can't be taken over by the Leviathan. So basically, there wouldn't be a capital ship. You would only have 5 ships, and you'd have some abilities that would make that ship good. Maybe it's like a bit like the Star Killer, or one of the abilities that say if you have 1 clone ship, 1 rebel ship, 1 separatist ship, 1 and then give a whole list of things. So if you had 1 ship from each one of those categories, they would get a bunch of abilities, and then just make it be the fleet of leftovers, right? 5 ships, no capital ship. You just start out with a big passive ability that can't be removed, and you fight it out. I don't know. They probably never do that. There's probably not mechanics in the game to do that, but I thought it'd be pretty interesting if they could find a way to make that final fleet work, where it would nullify, because with the last 3 fleets that come out, they all have abilities to affect the enemy capital ship, right? The Executor destroys it, the Profundity just sends the enemy capital ship away, the Leviathan takes it over, and then of course you've got the Radis fleet with the Holdo maneuver that destroys the enemy capital ship. So I think it'd be pretty cool to be able to develop something that just ignores all that stuff, and you just have your ships and you have your passive and you work through it. Anyway, enough daydreaming, but we'll see how that goes. We've still got a couple months of building Inquisitors and other characters, and we'll see what they announce in the meantime, if there's a new Galactic Legend or a new GL level ship, and we'll keep planning from there. That's going to wrap it up for today's discussion. Please remember to hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe if you want to see more of my stuff in the future. Notification bell lets you know when I'm doing my live streams for GAC. And of course, come join us on the Discord. The link is in the description above and down below. We've got a fantastic Discord community, a good place for new players to hang out. It's a non-toxic community where you can ask questions and you can reasonably expect that somebody will get you a useful answer. There's an Ask Loquitur channel. You can ask questions directly from me, and I'll answer them when I get a chance. So hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next Holocron.